It's a mystery why these stones light up and banish the weirdness when people walk by. Many believe Merlin himself invented the runes carved into them. There's also a darker rumor that they were left by the Four-Dwellers to lure humans into their domain, like moths to the flame. Early explorers of Avalon found many springs with supernatural properties, including ones that could heal. Not many of these miraculous creeks are left these days, since most were drained dry to provide water supplies for Arthur's soldiers. You immediately feel refreshed. However, you feel a strange chill running down your spine like an... As the waters heal you again, the spring runs... golem collapses and shatters into thousands of pieces at your feet. You feel a strange surge of power in the air. Suddenly, a familiar creature appears.
Good. That was good. Congratulations.
You instantly recognize this voice. It's the goat-legged creature you've met before.
You see, the problem with weirdness is that it's an uncontrollable mess. Is there something you want? Really, really want? Snap your fingers. Here you go. There it is, right in front of you.
He looks at you, clearly unimpressed by the fact that you even exist.
If you're Avalonian, that is. You, people of the homelands, never found out how to control this power. And the problem is that you tried, because obviously you did. You know which human emotion is the strongest. Yes, and every answer was correct. All of these emotions made an impact on the force that surrounds us, that envelops this island, and it tried to give back. You hate somebody? Wish them death? Snap of your fingers, and here you go. A clear personification of your feelings standing right in front of you. However, since you're not a four-armed Avalonian wizard, you can't control it, can you?
He pauses, his expression one of hesitance. Maybe he said too much.
Anyway, as I've said before, good job. There are 3 more of those for you to get rid of, and then we can call it a day. This time, in this timeline. Also, another path opened for you, with another surprise at the end. Oh, and before you go, I have even more good news for you. Yes, you guessed right, you deserve a reward.
The ringing sound of clashing swords grabs your attention as you walk through the weirdness. You approach, but you find a campsite instead of a battlefield. Several men drink mead, as if nothing of note was happening around them. Others battle monsters, and something about the movement and behavior of these beasts seems strange, until you notice a druid chanting something near the campfire.
Are you sure? If you win, we'll reward you handsomely, but it's highly unlikely. Congratulations. Here's the promised reward, but if I may ask this of you, lend me your ear for a moment. A favor. You can handle yourself, so I figure you won't be afraid to handle something that no sane person would ever agree to do. Somewhere out there, you might encounter a certain knight, a creature of enormous size and even more enormous appetite. I have to ask you for help to convince this creature to come back here. That's a long story, but he belongs here with me. Here, I can take care of his condition and keep trying to heal him.
Wandering around, you notice that the plants on the ground around you are more like muscle tissue than typical vegetation. Then you notice an old man smiling at you in a disturbingly friendly manner. He's sitting near an enormous pool of blood and stacks of fancy bouquets made of body parts.
Come, don't be afraid. I suppose some might consider my shop rather extravagant, but trust me, you won't find anything quite like my bouquets in these woods. So, what do you have for me today?
He notices a question forming on your lips.
Oh, pity. I thought you came here with my delivery. Well, that's an inconvenience. Anyway, you can still take a look at my wares.
As you walk carefully in the woods, a quick, lithe creature runs towards you. It takes you a moment to realize it's a human. He brandishes a short wooden stick, screaming and shouting in despair.
My children! I've seen what you've done to my children! Barbarian! Sacrilegious scum! You shouldn't have done that. What will I do without them?
You watch him, confused. He looks malnourished, as if he's had nothing to eat since he entered the weirdness, and you're sure that was a long, long time ago.
I failed them. I couldn't protect them. I'm not worthy of it anymore.
Turns out the stick he tried to beat you with was an instrument, a flute. He sniffles. The flute is a strange one. Mysterious markings and blood cover its surface.
Take it. It's your duty now.
He plays a simple melody. Suddenly rats swarm all over you. You've seen enough of them already to know how this will end.
Why? They were my children. My lovely children.
He plays a simple melody and the rats suddenly stop. Some sway from left to right as if...
You see? They would never hurt me. Use it. Use it every time you see them. Play this every time you see my children. Promise me. Promise!
You bow to the stranger and leave him to his madness. A song breaks through the slithering of the weirdness.
I have no hope, no home, no gold. Mine is but misty morning cold.
Not long afterwards, you come upon a man wearing a blacksmith's apron.
Oi, traveller. Want to buy a good anvil? 'Tis all I have, I'm afraid. Me home, you see, went poof. 1 minute there, next minute gone. I found myself here, with this lump of iron for company. I swear to gods it started talking to me not long ago. Oh, no. I left that life behind quite a while ago. All I'm interested in these days are runestones. Yes, containers for the magic of giants. Even though you'll usually find them broken, they're extremely powerful. You can use them to enhance your weapons or armor. They will influence your abilities in different ways. Also, when you find 3 of the same kind and rarity, you'll be able to fuse them together. This will make them even more powerful. Here, let me give you some. You can try it later. I'd say that since you know what you're looking for, you should be able to find more of them out there. By the way, You want me in your village? Well, you must first prove you can take care of yourself. Kill 10 bears and... just fooling, for pity's sake. What would I need 10 bears for? Show me the way.
The darkness and weirdness get denser as you approach the source of the voice. A man with severe burns. His face is buried in his hands and he moans in pain. He starts to cough and choke on the smoke rising up from his charred skin. You notice that his upper arms have become fused to the sides of his torso. All he can do now is cover his face. found what was protected by this beast. A stash of gold, and when you filled your pockets up to the brim with gold, 3 ethereal chests materialize in front of you. The sound of clattering rocks disturbs the ubiquitous silence. Approaching the end of a path, you come upon a child playing with some oddly shaped stones.
I'm Futhark. I'm waiting here for my mother. She's been gone for a while now. Or maybe she's going to leave soon? I have a lot of these stones, and while I wait, I play. Do you want some stones so you can play while you wait too?
The woman inspects you carefully, her old, tired eyes contradicting her youthful face.
Do you know me? Have you shaped me out of the weirdness, or have I just created you?
She carries all the equipment you'd expect of a traveling witch, but she speaks in a soft, courtly manner. She also seems to know more about weirdness than you do, and traverses it without a weird candle. She listens to your invitation with patient condescension.
You say you have a menhir. How silly. You can own an item or a piece of rock, but not a being of weirdstone. I have a better idea. I'll invite you to my village. But first, I'll need proof that you're real. I know there is a man out there wandering with a fading candle. He's desperate for light, yet he doesn't know that there is no light that could guide him back home. First, find him and help him realize this simple truth. And then, when he's broken, guide him to his real destination.
She starts rummaging for something in her possessions.
Oh, and take this. It might come in handy. Maybe. Someday. I was traveling from the colony to Mangrove Huddle when the storm of weirdness overtook me. I wandered among ghosts and echoes until my feet were sore, until I found you.
Colony? Mangrove Huddle? You've never heard of such places.
I'm growing more and more certain you're not real. Can you pinch yourself? Do you feel pain? What could it be that you think you need? I have to warn you that nothing is free here.
Good day, stranger. Are you in need of some guide?
It's a question asked by an eerie yet elegant woman who's just appeared in front of your eyes. She's of indiscernible age, but looks strangely disturbing, standing peacefully within the weirdness.
You can withdraw the course of your destiny and change the fate of your future fights.
You did it, didn't you? You've slain the beast. I knew I felt something unusual, as if some tremendous power was suddenly released and hit this land like a wave.
He nods in admiration.
I have to be honest with you, though. I had to make sure you'd be able to survive here. I had to be sure that you're the one I've dreamt of, in the strangest of dreams.
He looks through you with his blank stare, but you're sure you've noticed the briefest glimmer of hope in his eyes. Right now, this building is an abandoned ruin. However, during your travels, you might find someone who'd be willing to settle in here and help you with your quest. Right now, this... As you approach the blacksmith, you hear him angrily mumbling to his anvil.
I swear on my name. One day he'll pay. Oh, it doesn't matter. Not at this point. Now I'm here, and happy. It's just an old habit of mine.
His eyes say otherwise. Something is clearly on his mind.
It really doesn't matter. What matters is that you've invited me to your village, and I can now hammer away in peace and safety.